which goes to factory, which goes to office, and which goes to selling and distribution overhead. Now, depreciation, plant and machinery, plant rent of factory building, and the last one, indirect. Your productive wages, prime cost. What is the productive wages? Remember, it is a direct wages. One more name for productive. If it is not mentioned, remember, we should go for office. Office is the only option you can go for salary. Now, hello everyone, this is your Adarsh sir, lecturing Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. So we are in the session 4 of your topic called accounting. In accounting, we are doing cost sheet. Now, as I told you in the previous session, what was your homework? Your homework was very simple. Whatever cost sheet was explained in the previous session, you are supposed to learn. If you learned, then this session will be easiest for you. If you are not did your workout or your homework, means whatever we are doing today, the session, it will become little complicated for you. That's why without homework, please attend your next sessions. If you are not watched, again go back to your previous session. Whatever the cost sheet format I have explained you, recall that. Try to write the whole cost sheet format without seeing on the screen. If you done that homework, means whatever I do it today, it is the easiest part for you. And in your syllabus or in your question paper, there is a compulsory one question for 15 marks in your examination. Now, so the agenda for the day, it is very simple. The agenda is problems on cost sheet. Your subject is accounting. In accounting, we are doing chapter number 3. In chapter 3, we are doing cost sheet. This will be your question. From the following particulars, prepare a statement of cost for the month of October 2016. For 2016, you are preparing cost sheet. Now, in this, you have direct material, productive wages, chargeable expenses, depreciation on plant and machinery, office building, rent of office building as well as factory building. Along with that, you have salary, general expenses, carriage outward, salesman commission, indirect wages, advertisement. Finally, you have sales value also. That is all about your question. I'll go to answer later. Before that, whatever the question they have given, for our understanding purpose, we classify into prime cost, factory, office, selling and distribution. So, in the question, we will classify into which goes to prime cost, which goes to factory, which goes to office, and which goes to selling and distribution overhead. Now, as per this, we'll classify. For first 2 or 3 problems will go like this. Once you are familiar with which goes where, then it will be easy for you to do any problem. Now, in this, they have not given any information about stock. Like we discussed about your opening stock of raw material, finished goods, your work in progress. But in this particular session, they have not spoke about the stock, like your raw material, working as well as finished goods. Now, so this problem is simple. So if you get 10 mark cost sheet problem, your cost sheet problem will be like this. Now, as per this, we will classify first. Direct material will come under what? Prime cost. Your productive wages, prime cost. What is the productive wages? Remember, it is a direct wages. One more name for productive wages, we call it as direct wages. Then, your chargeable expenses. Chargeable expenses are called as direct expenses. This also comes under prime. Depreciation on plant and machinery. Office plant and machinery comes for factory. Your office building comes for office and administration overhead. Next, they have given the information about rent. As per this, rent of office building comes under office. Rent of factory building comes for factory. Rent of office building, office. Rent of factory building, factory itself. Next, salaries comes under. Have they mentioned anything about salary of factory, salary of office? We'll see is there any working out or adjustment. Then general expenses always comes for office. Carriage outward. If it is carriage inward, will come under prime cost. Carriage outward will go to where? Selling and distribution. In the previous session, I explained you everything. What is carriage inward? What is carriage outward? Carriage inward means any transportation within the premises. Carriage outward means the same transportation outside the premises. We call it as carriage outward. Now, so this comes under selling and distribution. Salesman commission, selling and distribution. Indirect wages. Direct wages comes where? Prime cost. Indirect wages comes under factory. Advertisement, selling and distribution. Sales will come later. That is the last part of your answer. Except salaries, we have done everything. Now, so these are your solution part. Now, as I told you, so your prime cost will finish it up. Direct material, product wages, chargeable expenses. Is there anything for prime cost? No. We have total 3 things. Now, your direct material 70,000, productive wages 54, chargeable expenses 26. All put together, what is your total? Your total is 1,50,000. Hope you understood. What is your total? 1,50,000. Now, for this we call it as prime cost. Now, I'll go back and I'll mention all the factory related. Now, so we done with prime cost, we'll go for all factories. Now, salary, if they are not mentioned that whether the salary is paid for factory, salary paid for office, or salary is paid for your selling and distribution. If they have not mentioned anything, remember, you should consider this for office. 99% in the question paper, they will mention that the salary is paid to the factory, office, or selling. But in this question, they have not mentioned. If it is not mentioned, remember, we should go for office. Office is the only option you can go for salary. Now, we'll go for factory 1, 2, and we have 3. Which are those like? You have plant and machinery, depreciation, rent of factory, and indirect wages. See, depreciation, plant and machinery, plant, rent of factory building, and the last one, indirect wages. Take all 3. The inner column is only for working note. So we are not calculating anything. The first column we take only for the working note purpose. Instead of taking all this in the outer column, you can add it. The total you can consider for the last column. Now, if you add these 3, you got how much? 16,500. Now, 1,50,000 plus 16,500. How much you got? 1,66,500. Hope you understood. Now, what is the total? Your prime cost was 1,50,000 plus your factory overhead 16,500. If you add both, you will get 1,66,500. Hope you understood. Yes, this is all about up to work cost. Remember, this is a simple problem. We don't have anything about like your opening stock as well as closing stock. Opening work in progress, closing work in progress. Opening finished goods as well as closing finished goods. Those kinds of informations are not available. So it is easy to calculate. So we're done with your prime cost. We're done with your work cost. What is the next one? Office and administration. So how many office and administration we have? Wherever we have mentioned like depreciation of office building, rent of office building, salary of office building, general expenses of office building. We have almost 1, 2, 3, 4. Total we have 4 expenses which are called as office related. Now, We'll go back to this. Your elements of cost. Under this, we are doing office expenses like administration, depreciation, rent of office building, salary of office building, general. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go back to your question. How many office building we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the one more? So under administration, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, total we have 4 expenses which comes under office. Now 2,750, 3,250, 5,800 and 1,200. If you add these things, you will get how much? 13,000. So the final answer will be 1,79,500. How come you got 1,79,000? I'll go back. Your answer, your work cost was 1,66,000. Add 13,000, you will get 1,79,500. This is all about your cost of production. Hope you got this. Up to office we completed. What is the last part? The last part is selling and distribution overhead. Now, selling and distribution overhead. Selling and distribution overhead. Under this, which are the headings, which are the expenses will come. I'll go back to your question. So as per the question, do you have anything selling? Yes, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3. Carriage outward, salesman commission as well as advertisement. If we do another 2 or 3 more problems, you will understand, you will be familiar with which comes under administration, which comes under factory and which comes under selling and distribution. You will be familiar after 2 or 3 problems. Now, so selling and distribution overhead we are taking. First one, your carriage outward, your salesman commission and advertisement. See, your carriage outward, salesman commission and the last part is advertisement. Total we have 3. 2,100, 4,400, 2,500. Add everything. What is your total? You will get almost 4 plus 2, 6 plus 2, 8,000. If you add all the numbers, it will come around 9,000. So you got 9,000 as your selling and distribution expenses. Hope you understood. This is all about your expenses. Now, this is done. Now, what is your answer? 1,88,500 is your total. How come you got 1,88,000? Earlier it was 1,79,500. For that you add your selling expense is 9,000. All put together it comes around 1,88,500. Now you got 1,88,500. Now have they given any information about profit? I'll go back to your question. They have not given any information about profit. Then how to find out? See, I'll give you an example like your cost. Your cost is 80. Your selling price is 100. Can you tell me what is your profit? Your cost is 80. Your selling price is 100. Can you tell me what is the profit? Yes, it is easy to identify. How? How means, see, you know what is your selling price? 100. You know how much you have spent? 80. What is the difference you have? Yes, this 20 we can call it as profit. Hope you understood. Now, in this cost we calculated. What is our cost? 1,88,500 is our cost. Selling price, it is given in the question. It is 2,16,000. What is your selling price? 2,16,000. Now, you know the selling price, you know the cost, so it is easier what? It is easy to identify your profit. Now, write down your sales 2,16,000. Write down your cost 1,88,000. The difference we call it as profit. Hope you understood. I'll show you again. 2,16,000 is your sales. 1,88,500 is your cost. So what is your profit? Sales minus cost is equal to profit. Remember, sales minus cost is equal to profit. Now, sometimes in the question paper, they will give you cost, means whatever you calculated. They will give you profit also. You are supposed to find out your sales. How? If you add cost and profit, you will get sales. Clear? Yes. So this is a formula to find out the sales. It is a formula to find out the cost. It is a formula to find out the profit. Now, as per this, from 2,16,000, if you deduct or if you minus 1,88,500, whatever answer you will get. As per this, if you calculate 0 from 10, if you minus 5, it will be 5. From 15, if you minus, it will be 7. And from this, if you minus, it is 2. This is 0. So, 27,500 is your profit. Remember, this 27,500 is balancing figure. Later, you will find difficult that how come we got 27,500? Very simple. From your sales, we deducted cost. Finally, you got your profit. This is all about your slides so that you can take screenshot. This is the agenda for the day. Your first part of your question. So this is your solution cost sheet. This is the second as well as last part of your solution. So this is all about your today's session. Today hope you understood how to do cost sheet. One more time I am telling, if you are not done your homework, please today still you have chance. So today you work out your homework. Please go through and work out your cost sheet and come back for the next session so that see, if you know the cost sheet now, see how easy it is to prepare. So if you know the basic funda, it is easy for you to prepare. So easily you can get 15 marks from this topic. Please spend time on this. Thank you.